What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's going on, everybody? This your man Dre Mac coming to you again with another episode of the Dre Mac Show. 7:30 in the morning on Central Time, 8:30 on the East Coast. Good morning to everyone that is in the chat or who is watching me over on X, who's watching me on the Facebook page. What is up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Good morning to everyone. On today's episode, I'm going to go over the new Deadline article that is it's Jonathan Major's first time making an appearance since the verdict, but is the way Deadline titled the article, the way Deadline did the article, is it wrong? I'm going to talk about that, and I'm going to do a reaction video to Lauren Victoria Burke's new video that she put out last night. Shout out to her, comparing and contrasting the way the media has covered Alec Baldwin to Jonathan Major. So if you haven't heard anything about Alec Baldwin's case, you are in for a treat. Lauren does an amazing job on covering both situations and how the media is covering that. So I'm going to go over that today. I watched the video literally last night when it dropped. So shout out to Lauren and everybody. I see everybody is in the house. I'm going to get to y'all here in just a second, but hopefully you guys are happy. Hopefully you guys are healthy. Shout out to my man Heavy Gant over on the Heavy Gant channel. But you already know how I do it. You know how it is. The real question is, all right. I see everybody's coming in on this good Monday. Look at everybody coming up and showing out on this good Monday. Junior Network, what's going on? Good morning. Good morning to you. A lot of you guys have been waiting patiently, in the background. I see y'all. I'll be getting stuff ready, or as ready as I possibly can. But shout out to Junior Network. Groovy Fee is in the house. What's going on? Ricky Domo is in the house. What's going on? What's going on? Frankie Science is in the house. Good morning. Good morning. Robin D, the admin. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. And don't forget to hit that like button. Yes, ma'am. Fahim Carter is in the house. What's up? What's up? Jameer Solomon is in the house. What's going on? What's going on? Well, it don't look like he's trying to hide her, like he was trying to, like he got to tell her what to do in front of the press, like like old Jabari tribe. You know what I'm saying? They have came from the mountains. Jameer Solomon, what's going on? Oh, my man, what is up? I love that. That's funny. What's going on? Elisa, hello. Good morning to you. Aisha, good morning. Good morning, Aisha. Blue Skies in the house. Good morning. D Stizzle up is in here. What is up? What's up, D Stizzle? Persetta is in here. Good morning, Persetta. Grady, other admin, is in the house. Good morning. Top of the morning to y'all. Tracy Wood is up in here. Good morning, Tracy Wood. Selena is in the house. Good morning, Selena. What is up? Erica Dixon is up in this mug. Good morning. Gator is up in this house. Good morning, Gator. Pam for Pam Entertainment Television. Make sure that you like, share, subscribe to her channel. She is in the house. Good morning. All right. And again, like I said, I appreciate you guys. You guys' support. Y'all show up and show out when I'm talking about old Jonathan. You know what I'm saying? Which Jonathan, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna put it to you like this. The way that the media has been covering Jonathan Majors, you know what I mean? We need this is why I say, oh, I didn't even know my light wasn't on. I gotta get some more shine on my face. This is the reason why it is so important that, me, Danny, you know what I'm saying, Pam, Blue, Chill, Cat, she dressed me, I'm trying to think of who else. Dr. Hines. Um, shout out to Flavio also. Always make sure to shout out to Flavio because he's the one who brought the Law Avengers together. But this is the reason why we're so important. Lauren, Victoria Burke, the work that she has done, because she does not have to cover anything about Jonathan Majors. She mainly discuss politics. Me, I'm supposed to be talking about comic book movies and stuff like that. You know what I mean? But the work that we have put in, you know what I mean? I said chill. Yeah, back of the bus and a couple other people, but the main core group that we've been covering is we need people like us. And the reason why I'm saying that is because you're gonna hear later on, with Alec Baldwin is getting support. You know what I mean? Even though he technically murdered somebody. You know what I mean? I mean, technically it's what happened. You know what I mean? Whether it's voluntary, involuntary, whether it's manslaughter or whatever, the man is on trial for what he, for what he participated in. You know what I mean? And that's going to be explained. And the reason why we go so hard about Jonathan Major, because who really has his back? You know what I mean? And yes, we could be talking about, Chill talks about recast T'Challa. He's been doing some wrestling news, all of that. She dressed me. Pam, I said Pam, yeah. Pam Entertainment doing an amazing job. All the work that she has done. And Kat, they could be covering Diddy right now because allegedly Diddy is doing the fool. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? He's all over the place. But we take our time out to discuss Jonathan Majors, to make sure people know the truth about what the media is doing to Jonathan Majors and why we are covering this so much, because who has Jonathan Majors back out here in the media besides the small YouTubers like myself and others who is seeing in real time right in front of our face what they do to our brother. You know what I mean? So yes, we're gonna get into it. You know what I'm saying? And I asked the question: is Deadline wrong for the new for a new art? It's supposed to be for the new article. You know what I mean? But yeah, for a new article. Well, let me change that because I don't like that. But but you get what I'm saying. As far as that, and like I said, it's almost like we're asking all the celebrities, who has Jonathan Majors back? Who has Jonathan Majors back? And in this article, it actually kind of gives me some insight of where or who, he could be able to reach out to as far as, and I'm going to just say it, as far as movie roles coming up in the future, which I'm going to discuss, who was at this event and why I personally feel like Deadline was wrong the way that they covered this article. So give me just a second here. I'm going to, first of all, update this and I'm about to share my screen here so we could talk about this Jonathan Majors first appearance since the verdict has came out. So this is from Deadline. Jonathan Majors makes appearance at the AAFCA Special Achievement Award event after assault verdict. And they could not, it's almost like they couldn't wait to use the word assault, domestic violence, any of that stuff. You know what I mean? In this article. And of course, if you follow my community page here on YouTube, you will see the pictures that I posted, of Jonathan Majors and Megan Good looking absolutely happy together. Like to me, it looks like genuine joy, and on Twitter, of their joy. So of course I'm gonna share that. Erica said they look very happy. He was grinning from ear to ear, very happy for them. Moose Jaw, good morning, good and rising. Illuminate that melanin, exactly. LV, hold on, wait a minute. Erica Dixon said, LV Burr posted a great video about the subject last night. Absolutely. And I can't wait to go over with you again. I watched it last night, but I want to do a reaction and tell you exactly my thoughts as she go through her video. What's going on, Wonder Woman? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Oh, okay. I see y'all. Y'all not talking to me. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Let this man move. Exactly. They look very happy together. They do. And there's a video of them together where they look absolutely stunning together. You know what I mean? But here he is in, at the event last night, looking very happy, very healthy. What's up? Good morning, Kat. The more outlets like Deadline repeat themselves, the more people will realize it's a narrative. Exactly. All right. And it states Jonathan Majors made his first public appearance at an industry event after being found guilty of reckless assault and harassment. Do you absolutely see this is starting to become a theme? And this is the reason why I'm covering this. Everybody was like, damn, I'm tired of Jonathan Majors. You must be using Jonathan Majors for clout. You must be using, because I've heard this. Trust me. I've heard this. You only use Jonathan Majors because every time you do a Jonathan Majors story, everybody come and want to know about Jonathan Majors. But when you do everything else, nobody comes out and watch. This is the reason why I'm doing the Jonathan Majors story. Look exactly at how they word this, how they title this. They will always tell you about the crime, but don't tell you the integral parts of the crime. They tell you about found guilty of reckless assault and harassment, but won't tell you that this is literally, again, I literally had to do this last week, and I'm showing you this again. When you look at this here, you look at what's going on. Mika G is in the house. Hey, Mika G. You seeing found guilty of reckless assault and harassment. Now, of course, this is underlined where you could be able to tap it and it goes to maybe another article. But if the average reader just stops right here, they think he has the worst crimes in the world, because most of the people don't know that reckless assault is a low misdemeanor crime and the harassment charge is literally a violation. The average person doesn't know that unless you tell them. You have to look at your audience like they're children, but this is the narrative that they push. That's why I counter the narrative. Let's keep going. The couple walked the red carpet on the event held at the Centennial Room at the Los Angeles Atlantic Club in downtown Los Angeles. The 7th annual AAFCA Special Achievement Award. Oh, I'm sorry. Photo said JB5's Journey Smollett, not Jesse Smollett, but that's his sister. Journey Smollett, Courtney B. Vance, Sky P. Marshall, Hillary Swank attend the luncheon. But why did they show this picture from court? Again, y'all gotta. I'm telling you, they're not dumb. They're pushing the narrative. Which, when we get to the video, we're going to talk about the way that they're pushing this narrative. But look, they're clearly pushing the narrative. Literally, Jonathan Majors accused of abuse by other women report. What does that have to? Y'all, oh my God. Let me put myself back on camera real quick. Let me just put myself back on camera. Do you see what I mean? You see why I continue to cover Jonathan Major news. Because what does that have to do with anything? You're supposed to be talking about this man over here at this gallery, over here with other peers and all of that. What does that have to do with anything? Is especially if there's no validity in the story. There's absolutely, now, mind you, I have not read the story, so I'm giving y'all my natural reaction. This is the bull job, y'all. This is why, look, this pisses me off so much, because this man is just trying to live his life. If he ever sees any one of my videos, just know, brother, I'm going hard for you, because look at the way that look at what Deadline's doing. Look at exactly what Deadline is doing. Y'all see it firsthand. That's why a lot of people don't go through these articles. They see the headline and that's it. They're done. You know what I mean? But when you look at the integral parts of the interview, they are pushing a narrative. This man is out here happy with his woman. What's up, Torin Rain Reloaded? This man is out here happy with his woman, and then bringing up accused by other women. So they can say whatever they want to say. They said there's no real meat in McDonald's hamburgers. Are you covering that? Are you covering if it's beef or we eat biochemicals in the hamburgers? Because that's allegedly what people say. You see what I mean? You can have alleged allegations for anything. That does not make it true. You can say whatever you want. That does not make it true. Why are you posting those particular type of things in an article that has nothing to do with that? You're pushing a narrative. This is why, and again, what other public forums, what other YouTube channels besides the Law Avengers that you see? It shout out to Legal Bites and all the other ones. But what I'm saying, where's it at? Who's out here fighting the good fight? Because look what this again. If you're a new reader and you're reading this for the first time, what are you actually reading? Are you reading a narrative? Are you reading a narrative? Are you reading an opinion piece? Are you actually reading news? And now the situation with the narrative in mainstream media is so blurred that you don't know what you're reading. You have no idea. This is why Kat continues to read she read the transcripts and showed you exactly what was said in court. So if you have any other inkling of what happened, you can always go to her and see exactly what was read in court. And in this particular situation, to make sure you guys get the likes up. If you like what a brother's talking about, make sure you get the likes up. Come on, get the likes up in here. But if you see exactly what they're doing, right? Then you know exactly the narrative that they want to push. This is the reason why I have a problem with the Me Too movement and all of that. Believe all women and all of that. This sucks. This is trash because you keep. I'm telling you. Do you see this? If I pull up a Deadline article about Alec Baldwin, is it going to talk about the problems that he had on set with previous jobs? What about any other problems that he had? You know what I'm saying? In his his 40 plus year acting career, 40-50 plus year acting career. You won't hear it. But Jonathan Majors, I'm telling y'all, this is to attack this brother, and this is wrong. This is absolutely wrong. And this is why, and I'm gonna show you why this is wrong. I'm gonna show you right now why this is wrong. Because this man is out here having a good time. Let me show you. This man is out here having a good time with his woman. She looks gorgeous. They look beautiful together. He's handsome. He got himself, he got his outfit on. They matching. They look good. She's beautiful. Look at him. Look at him. He looks happy. And then what you want to do? You want to go ahead. Look where he got his hand at. Lucky son of a gun. But you want to ruin this beautiful moment with this mess. And then here you go. Bam. Major said, this proves my point. It proves my point that they rather push a narrative than to tell the American public the truth. They have been doing this for a long time, y'all. They do not want to tell the American public the truth. Why? Because spreading misinformation and narrative, that drives everybody to your website. Nobody is thinking about Deadline. But when I tell you that, Major's got all these other 40 plus people, 40 plus. But then when you really look at these small integral details, all the same things add up, and they're saying the same things. And why this brother was at Yale? Come on, dog. Come on. All right. At the invitation-only lunch, should bestow honors upon the feature films Killers of the Flower Moon, which received the Stanley and Karen Kramer Social Justice Award for shining light on a true story of the infamous Osage Nation murders. Jamie Foxx and Datari Turner, the producing duo behind Foxhole Productions, were honored at the AFCA's Producers Award for their work on films like They Clone Tyrone, Story Avenue, and The Burial. Now, what I'm going to say is that it was an invite only. You asked Jonathan Majors and Megan Good to come to this event. I guarantee you. I'm speculating. This is my guaranteed opinion. All right, I'm guaranteeing you this opinion that he talked to these two right here. Right? He talked to these two right here. Why? They're producers. They make great films. You see what I mean? And just everything that went on with Jamie Foxx, I can see Jonathan Majors and Jamie Foxx hooking up for a potential movie role or a potential movie in the future. This is how you get you get your foot back in the door. This is how you get other creators to see exactly what you're doing. This is how you saying, hey, you see my interview, you see this, that, and the other. This is exactly what I'm trying to do to get my career back on the ground. You know what I mean? So I love this for him. I love this because I could clearly see Jamie Foxx like, you know what? Don't worry about it. Let some time progress. We'll get you back on track. You know what I mean? We get you back on track. All right. Renowned choreographer Fatima Robinson was presented with the get it. All of it. And let me show y'all how the video spins because I might not read all of this, but I'm just going to show you this. All of this right here, right? What they're talking about should have been all the way up here, right? It should have been where this is at. Because how you going to follow up this and then talk about, then you going to click on this? You see what I mean? How you going to follow this up and then you say, well, and you put it in bold italic words. Jonathan Majors accused of abuse by other women. Report. Oh, I can click on that. You see what I'm talking about? But it left the integral part of the actual story down here to be buried. You know why? Because that's an easy way if anybody's reading this, and if they don't read past that, they can easily go, well, you know what I mean? You know what Jonathan Majors was accused of. You know what Jonathan Majors was accused of. You know what they said. You know his allegations. You know. Oh, but you also, Deion Taylor was honored with the Horizon Award, which spotlights. So like, this is the achievement. Let me put myself back on screen. If you notice exactly what just happened here, right? The achievement of these people were an afterthought. That's what it really was. The achievement of these beautiful people was an afterthought. What was more pressing, it was more, how can I say, revealing in this, what we needed to talk about is a problem with Jonathan Majors. Let's make Jonathan Majors the worst human being on the face of the planet. I can do it subtly. I don't have to do it. Just read this article. Other women came out and said he did this. Other women came out and said he did that. That's the way that you keep the narrative going, even though that article has nothing to do with Jonathan Majors' legal prop. He's already getting. What more can you do? Literally, what more can you do? But if you keep the narrative going, we already know what's happening. So when you see it on cross platforms, because I see that in the group, it shout out to Pam, and I'm about to bring up the video here in a minute by Lauren Victoria Burt. That literally shows you that across mediums, whether it's Hollywood Reporter, Variety, all the ones that's owned by the Pesky Group, we can go ahead and show you, hey, you don't have to just read it at Deadline. We got it in this. Most people don't know that these all others the same company. Most people have no idea. I didn't know. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know until I started, hanging with my law venture people. You know what I'm saying? And we start seeing exactly who owns what and why are they pushing this narrative. They don't want a straight black. They don't want a straight black man. You know what I'm saying? Survive, because you did not see this with Ezra Miller. I'm sorry. You did not see this with Alec Baldwin. You don't see this with, especially, you didn't see this with Jeremy Renner. You didn't see Deadline go out that way to go into the man's past, what him and his wife been going through. Why are they going through a custody battle in the first place? Digging into, if he was a bad, actor on set, or if he made somebody mad, or if somebody felt intimidated. Oh my God, he's 6 foot and I'm 5'3". I just feel intimidated. What? Get the flub up out of here. Get the flub up out of here. Because now, if YouTube does something with my channel, I'm not cussing. Now, once in this video. So if I know that I get a yellow mark, it's because of Jonathan Majors, and YouTube has a problem with that. But I'm going to continue to cover this. Whether they stop, and this is why I thank you guys for your donations, your super chats, all of that, because this keeps the channel going. When they try, they stop our channel. Me, Chill, other people that talk about Jonathan Majors, they stop our channel when we mention his name, when we put it in the thumbnail, when we hashtag it. They stop our ad revenue because they do not want us to tell you the truth. And I'm sorry, we're going to tell you the truth. So if you guys want to become members, also don't forget that you can become a member only for $2.99 a month to be a part of the crew. I am going to be doing a members only giveaway and a subscribers giveaway here in the next couple of weeks. I'm going to announce that soon. Now, let's get to Lauren Victoria Burke's video, because again, her video is awesome. Okay, did she make another video? This just posted an hour ago. So she did do another video. Oh, she did a version 2. I want to do the hold on, wait a minute. I didn't know she did a version 2. Make sure you go and check out Lauren Victoria Burke's video. I want to do version 1. Okay, maybe she had to. Oh my God, did they take down her video? Hold on, guys. Hold on. I think they did. I think they did take down her video. So she had to do another. See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? This is how they do. This is how they do us. So you already know that there's some bullshit shenanigans going on. But thank you so very much, Robin. Always supporting the channel. Thank you so very much for the $9.99 super chat. Thank you. Let me go ahead and hook you up right here. Thank you again, Robin. You always taking care of the channel. Thank you so very much. Thank you again for the support to the channel. Okay, let me go ahead and put this on screen for just a second. We're going to go over this video. And shout out to LV. It's that bullshiggity. You said it's an update, because the other one is gone. So let's go ahead. Let's get to this new video by Lauren Victoria Burke. If you have it, like, share, and subscribe to Lauren Victoria Burke's channel, and make sure you guys are liking. Tell her thank you again. She does not have to to even cover this story, but she's covering this story. My man Greg, DJ Sincere, Blackwell, what's going on? I see you in the chat, baby. I see you in the chat. What's going on? Also, Dr. Keisha's in the house. What's going on? Trying to get to some of you guys that I have not got to. RBco, what's going on? What's going on? Malik what's going on all the way in Paris? What is up? Thank you so very much for all your support. I think it's Kimi Solkonik. What's going on? Thank you so very much for tuning in. We on Lock Nation. Good morning. What's going on? Thank you. Unapologetic Simmers, always in the house. What's going on? Alejandro Camilio, what's going on? I see you. I'm trying to get to some of you guys that I haven't got to. Rashad Walker, what's up? I think I got to all of y'all. You know I'll be in my bag, so I don't get to see y'all. The Fergusons, what's up? Kid Murphy, what's going on? Okay, let me get to this. And Erica, thank you again. Yes, the video did disappear. Thank you, Erica Dixon, for your contribution, your super chat. Thank you for the $9.99 super chat. Thank you so very much. Let me go ahead and hook you up with this.
Now you're looking at the world's richest man, and I'm black.
Thank you so very much. Let's get to this video. Since they're trying to shut down with the bullshiggity from my sister's video, let's go ahead. Let's get to the video right now.
To Alec Baldwin saying he felt zero guilt for what happened.
I'm going to do a compare and contrast between the Alec Baldwin and Jonathan Majors situations. There's some interesting things to compare here. I'm going to do this using headlines mostly, but there are some other things that are sort of interesting that I didn't really think about until the other day that are kind of similar in these cases, even though they're two completely different stories. Obviously, they're both actors. Obviously, they're both charged with crimes, and both were covered by the New York Times and the Rolling Stone, and both chose to do interviews with ABC, and both cases involved police body-worn camera footage.
Do you not feel it, Dr. Keisha? Thank you so very much for the y'all are over here. Thank you so very much. You're making a brother feel good. Thank you so very much for the $9.99 super chat again. Thank you. Here, let me go ahead and hook you up. You guys are so much of a blessing. Thank you very much, Dr. Keisha, for the $9.99 super chat. Do you notice that all of these have 5 different similarities that is associated with them, except for skin complexion? Both for actors, both were charged with a crime, both covered by the New York Times and the Rolling Stone, both did ABC interviews, which, remember, I didn't hear anybody from TMZ. You know, I was on TMZ. What's going on, Jalen Harris? You know what I'm saying? Hey, that's okay. Catch it on the replay. You know, I was on TMZ. And I'm gonna as a matter of fact, I'm going to do this. I'm gonna put myself back on camera here. Let me adjust my camera so you can see me. I'll put this to the side so you could be able to see me and everything. But Jalen, it's okay. Chasing on the replay. I appreciate you stopping in. But they both have similar things. Both actors, both charged with a crime, both covered by the New York Times and the Rolling Stone, both did ABC interviews, both did both had police body cam footage. Now, remember when I was on TMZ and I talked about Jonathan Majors and how I got pushback from Harvey? Shout out to Harvey, but he gave me a little pushback. Was like, why would he do an interview so close to the trial because it could affect the ruling? But when it came to Alec Baldwin, no one said that, which is going to be covered here in the video. So let's keep going.
Footage. I'm going to predominantly use the New York Times and Rolling Stone's headlines to see the differences in the coverage here. But first, let's go over what they were charged with and what happened. Jonathan Majors was convicted of 2 misdemeanor charges, one of which is a misdemeanor. The other is really considered a violation, sort of a ticket, both low-level misdemeanors. Unfortunately for him, this thing went to trial. There were a bunch of charges that were dropped right from the beginning. And then, of course, somehow he ends up in court on a misdemeanor case.
Now, remember, the initial charges were strangulation that was up. You know what I'm saying? It was strangulation and other like strangulation, aggravated assault, I believe, and aggravated harassment. It was like a bunch of charges. They dropped all those charges, all of them, and recharged them, right? And recharged them. It was like crazy stuff that they did. I can't. And if some of my law officials are here, just put it in the comment section what he was charged with. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep going.
In the case of Alec Baldwin, he has 2 counts of involuntary manslaughter after shooting someone to death on a movie set with what he thought was a prop gun that had blanks in it. It turned out didn't have blanks in it. He is the producer of this film, which is called Rust. And unfortunately, the cinematographer, Helena Hutchins, lost her life. There was a second person who was shot with the same bullet. The bullet passed through Hutchins and into the second person, but he survived. Remember that even though somebody was killed and a second person was shot, Alec Baldwin was not initially charged. It took them months for that to actually happen. He was not initially charged. That's a key point in this video because, again, the NYPD couldn't wait to arrest this man. You know, somebody faking on the floor, and they couldn't wait to arrest this man. We all know that she was faking. We all know. You know what I mean? We all know she was texting, and we got the transcript. She was texting, you know what I'm saying, 15 minutes before he even got there, you know,
before he even seen her in the with him and Bookman. They went into the apartment to find her. She was faking it with something that that Kat pointed out that was similar to the play that they saw the night beforehand. You know what I mean? Always remember that. You guys are being a blessing. Thank you so very much, Kiro Black, with the $10 super chat. Thank you. Just want to let you know there's a cream for that. Thank you so very much. And then Robin D with the gifted memberships. If you guys have not got the memberships, $2.99 a month membership. Robin D just gifted 5 memberships. Man, you guys are awesome, man. And I got thank you so very much. Let me play this. Thank you guys. Let's keep going on this video. Let's keep going. You guys are awesome.
Initially charged, then he was charged. Or actually, he was charged, then they dropped the charges, then they found out more information, and they came back and they charged him. You might notice that the comms team for Baldwin did a very good job, along with the press allowing them to do that job, of focusing the entire story on the armorer who was on set, a 24-year-old at the time, who, by the way, was not on scene when this moment happened. So anyway, the entire conversation, if you notice, is around this person and not on the person who actually pulled the trigger. That's called communications work in the background.
You see, communications work in the background. They did not want to put the blame on Alec Baldwin, even though allegedly he was walking around brashing a gun, playing with the gun before he actually fired it.
One of the most obvious forms of media bias are headlines. Headlines are huge because most people don't even click past the headline.
Exactly with the article from Deadline. When I just read that the article from Deadline, it focused more on Jonathan Majors. Now, Jonathan Majors is out here having fun. He's in the invite-only scene. He's with his woman. They don't care nothing about that. Let me remind you that this man, that other women came out and say he abused him. Let's remind you of that and buried the rest of the actual event within the story. They did the same thing with the Variety article. Cheyenne Rounds, what she'll call her Cheyenne Whitetree, has done this over with the Rolling Stones. This is exactly what they do.
Read the headline, and they think they know the story from the headline. And so headlines are a big deal. And they're a big deal because that is the driver of what's called SEO, which is search engine optimization. It is the way that traffic is driven to these sites. They are trying to get you to click that link. So there's a lot of, clickbait strategy around headlines, a lot of sensational writing around headlines. And you can see above, the New York Times started with just reporting in a very basic way, very straightforward. Jonathan Majors to face trial on assault charges in August. Then Jonathan Majors arrested in New York after domestic dispute. Very basic headline. That's just a basic inverted pyramid. Who, what?
Now you're starting to see the evolution of what they did. That's exactly what she's getting at. The evolution on the clickbaitiness. Let me go ahead and sensationalize the article because this is a major star. And what I could do is sensationalize what's going on in here, right? I could go ahead and do that because it's easier for me to make sure that, hey, let's get this information out. Let's get this information out like this and the other. You know what I mean? To make this guy look back instead of telling you the truth, because it's easier to tell a lie than to be able to tell you guys the truth so you can make a decision on your own. Let's keep going.
When, where, and why type of thing. Then, of course, we had the Jonathan Majors' accuser is arrested but won't face prosecution, which, of course, she didn't. So then we get into some sort of speculation in these Rolling Stone headlines. Jonathan Majors' domestic violence case may include...
Well, let me stop her right here. Thank you so very much, my man, Greg, man. Thank you so very much, man. Shout out to you, bro. But you know how long I've been doing this. You know what I mean? Since the Facebook days with my phone. So you already know. But, okay, let me get to this. Do you see something? Jonathan Majors' domestic violence case may include ex-girlfriend's testimony. On this side, you understand, SAG-AFTRA defends Alec Baldwin over rush charges. An actor's job is not to be a firearms or a weapons expert. You know what? Jonathan Majors is not supposed to be an expert on how to get your goddamn phone back. She snatched his phone. He has a right to get his property back. I don't care who he was cheating on this woman with. She had no right to grab to grab his property. You know what I mean? She had no right to chase this man down. She had no right. She had no right. But you don't see SAG and AFNA defending him. Even though there's clear-cut evidence of him running away from this girl. There's clear-cut evidence he's trying to avoid the entire situation by getting a hotel and all of that. She still tried to get him. And nobody from SAG AFTRA defending that. All the while, Alec Baldwin shot somebody. He shot somebody. And it's not his job to be a weapons expert. You know what guns do? What did Smokey say? Guns don't kill people. Stupid mother lovers with guns kill people. I'm trying not to cuss because there should be no excuse why this doesn't get pushed. Let's keep going.
Ex-girlfriend's testimony. I don't know how they're speculating about that. I don't know how they would know that. And of course, a year later, we find out that those were the Molyneux witnesses that, of course, you can pretty much guess there's only one source that could have come from. That would be the Manhattan DA's office. I shouldn't say one source because, of course, the other source is the actual people. But the fact that Rolling Stone knew to write that headline means that somebody must have tipped them off to something. Interestingly enough, the same Rolling Stone wrote a piece about how SAG-AFTRA was defending Alec Baldwin over the Rust charges. An actor's job is not to be a firearms or weapons expert. That's interesting. So you have an article defending him, and actually a pretty important group defending him, SAG-AFTRA. Notice you're not seeing any big deep dive investigations yet.
And this is something that she's trying to point out with you guys. They're not investigating Alec Baldwin's background. You know what I mean? They have not. They're not getting into his history. What people thought about him as an actor. None of the stuff that they did on a misdemeanor trial with Jonathan Majors, because the narrative is to destroy this man. How dare he run away from this skinny white woman? She should have let him beat him up and get his phone. That's exactly the narrative it sounds like they're trying to push. Let's keep going.
On Alec Baldwin's on-set behavior. Guy is 65 years old. He's done a lot of movies, but you're not seeing any big deep dive pieces where they interview 40 people. When it comes to Jonathan Majors, you're seeing, we talked to 20 people, we talked to 40 people, we've talked to everybody you went to college with and high school with. It's really amazing when you think about it.
Middle school.
Staying with Rolling Stone for a second
before
we get back to the New York Times. Jonathan Majors' opening statements begin in domestic violence trial. Notice the words domestic violence in the headline. And of course, obviously the words Jonathan Majors would have to be in the headline. In the Alec Baldwin headline, we have Rush shooting trial will begin this summer. Not involuntary manslaughter trial.
And again, remember when I showed you the deadline? That's why I'm doing a comparing contrast, and I'm glad she made this video on here, because it's exactly what I was talking about, how the deadline article is dead wrong for what they did, because again, I showed you, Jonathan Majors out at an event after his, assault trial. What? Y'all don't see anything about Alec Baldwin, out eating a burger after murder, after manslaughter trial. You won't see that. This is exactly what they're doing.
Not Alec Baldwin, shooting on set trial, Alec Baldwin killing trial. No, not that. Just the shooting trial will begin this summer. To read that, you wouldn't know that Alec Baldwin was the person who had the gun in his hand. Also, Rolling Stone, I guess, was overseas investigating Jonathan Majors for this misdemeanor case, the most investigated misdemeanor case in the history of Manhattan, apparently.
Again, they don't investigate misdemeanor charges. They investigated a misdemeanor charges. Misdemeanor. One is a violation. One's a city ticket. Let's keep going.
London story apparently never panned out.
Oh, yeah. What happened to London? Oh, we have all this information that he has some kind of crime that happened in London, London Bridge is falling down. Y'all ain't got nothing from him. Y'all got nothing, because nothing happened in London. It was all a ruse. This was narrative push 101. Because what have you heard from anything over in London? Nothing. Nothing, because you had nothing. Let's keep going.
Jonathan Majors, London police confirm ongoing inquiry. What London police
Thank you,
ongoing
Sissy, for the
inquiry?
$10 to
You've got less
999 super chat.
investigation
Thank
on
you so
the
very much.
involuntary manslaughter where somebody's dead. If you're feeling like when you read Rolling Stone that it's like the Hollywood
Okay.
Reporter, Deadline, or Variety, and there's some feeling.
Now, this is the reason why I'm doing this. Sissy, thank you so very much for that 999 super chat. Let me hook you up. So thank you so very much for the for that super chat. So this is the reason why I said this is being across cross platforms. If the one person owns Rolling Stone, Hollywood Reporter, Deadline, and Variety, and you was wondering why Rolling Stone, a publication that's supposed to be talking about music and all of that, is talking about Jonathan Majors so tough, like the Hollywood Reporter, like Deadline, like Variety, because they all are owned by the same company, and they're narrative pushing one-on-one because it's easier to push this narrative, especially in a believe all women state, than to be able to tell the truth. Let's keep going.
Of familiarity there. That may be because they're owned by the same media company, which is Penske Media, which is owned by Jay Penske, who's 44. And yes, that is the Penske of Penske Motors. He is a heir to that company. And Rolling Stone, Penske owns Rolling Stone, Hollywood Reporter, Deadline, Variety, and a bunch of other stuff as well. But those are the four that would cover entertainment related stuff. And here are the people who control Rolling Stone, Hollywood.
You got one sister. You got one sister.
Deadline, and Variety. Here's a rare headline. The New York Times was actually good for Jonathan Majors.
One sister.
As Jonathan Majors' trial closes, a duel over his accuser's credibility, which was really Priya Chaudhry sort of challenging Grace Jabari in court. But this was a typical thing, and you really haven't seen this headline.
Exactly. Why are they talking about the rise and fall of Jonathan Majors and nobody's talking about the rise and fall of Alec Baldwin? Because he shot and killed somebody. And Aisha, it sounds about Whitey White.
And with regard to Alec Baldwin, at least not yet, the sort of fast rise and staggering fall headline, you haven't seen that at all. Almost every New York Times piece has some line in it that says, wow, the meteoric rise of Jonathan Majors and the meteoric fall of him. You know, they love to say that over and over and over and over again. It's interesting, right? Alec Baldwin has accidentally shot and killed somebody on a set on a movie that he's the producer of. And yet you're not seeing any talk of it damaging his career or how his...
Nope. Didn't damage it. Didn't stop his career at all. Just shot and killed somebody. It could have been an accident or anything. Shot and killed somebody. Still got his acting career. Misdemeanor assault dropped from everybody. PR team, management team, Marvel, all of that.
His career might fare. And obviously he is toward the end of his career, but still he is still doing movies. And you would think there'd be some sort of type of article like that on Alec Baldwin, but there isn't. In fact, here we have the New York Times sort of casually.
Listen, look at the way that it. I'm gonna just full screen this real quick, but look at the headlines. Look at the way the headlines is marked. Alec Baldwin returns to Russ with fake gun and rubber bullets. Alec Baldwin returns to Russ with on set as charges he faced are dropped. Russ prosecutors are dropping charges against Alec Baldwin. But you know what's funny? You never seen that with Jonathan Majors because the charges was dropped against Jonathan Majors. They just recharged him because they couldn't charge him with strangulation and all of that. Because you got the cop sitting up here doing this. Did he do that? Did he do that? I think he did it. You know what I'm saying? And then we didn't get the body cam. We got the body cam footage. We didn't get the body cam audio. You know what I mean? Because it would have made it look bad. Now they dropped all of that and they recharged him with all this other misdemeanor stuff. Let's keep going. While everybody was like, well, you see what he was charged with? All these other YouTubers, you see what they did? You see what they did? Oh!
I don't want to go there. That Alec Baldwin returns to the Russ set with fake guns and rubber bullets. He returns to the set as charges he faces are dropped. Isn't it interesting? So somebody was shot and killed on the set and they went back and finished the movie? I was surprised to read that.
They finished the movie.
Somebody was shot and killed.
They finished the damn movie. They finished the movie, yet Jonathan Majors could not finish being Kang, in Marvel because of a dang old misdemeanor. Let me keep going.
Another person was shot. 2 people were shot, 1 dead, and they went back and finished the movie. That third headline, Russ prosecutors are dropping charges against Alec Baldwin, is just straight up headline reporting. It's just factual. That's fair. But it is interesting that I guess somewhere in that piece there's a discussion about, is that appropriate? I would think there is, but the headline is sort of casual, and somebody is dead. It is a little bit, I think, a little bit surprising. Remember, this is the same New York Times that brought up that Jonathan Majors was unhappy with a scheduling change on set. That was part of a story where they are trying to say that behavior was questionable and abusive. And that in
You see how they painted the narrative? Let's keep going.
another incident with somebody
I have
on
to
set,
wrap this up here soon.
a woman was scared that he was taller than she was, and she's only 5'3", and she
You know how goofy this is? I just remember him sizing me up and down. Miss Paulini said in an interview, he's a big guy. I'm 5'3". He told her sternly that things weren't working. And he said, you're not welcome here. Miss Paulini said, crying as she recalled the intensity of his dressing down. She was unsure what she had done wrong and felt trapped. I'm thinking how I'm going to get out of this situation. She said, I kind of cowered. I was scared. No, you sound like you was on some carrying bullshiggity is what you sound like you was on. And now you're just trying to paint a narrative that this guy was so horrible. But again, what was the story yet when he was filming Creed? What was the story yet when he was the darling of Lovecraft Country? What was the story yet when he was Kane the Conqueror? What was the story yet when we was He Who Remains? It is some bullshiggity and we ain't falling for it.
he felt intimidated. That these are in New York Times stories about Jonathan Majors, and yet they're sort of casual about Alec Baldwin returning to a set where he accidentally shot and killed somebody. That is, somebody is dead. That is very interesting. So they're doing all this deep diving for a misdemeanor, but when it comes to somebody being shot dead, you're not getting the same level of investigation. That just doesn't make sense. And remember that in this, that there is some discussion.
Again, he was playing with a weapon before it went off. That's what the allegations is. He was playing with a weapon, which they said Alec Baldwin waved gun around on Russ film set before a fatal shooting court hears. This is factual. Let's keep going.
And some discussion and reporting at other media outlets, not Rolling Stone or the New York Times, that Alec Baldwin's behavior may have been questionable in the lead up to Helena Hutchinson losing her life and being shot by him. That there was some carelessness on set with regard to safety, that he was in some way brandishing the gun and using it as a pointer, that safety measures on the set were lax. And you have to remember that Alec Baldwin is a producer. So there's the possibility here. And of course, we have to wait for the evidence to know this for sure. And the trial is ongoing. And the Baldwin part of the trial doesn't happen until the summer. There is some ongoing speculation here that his careless.
Now, I'm gonna just move back just a tiny bit.
Led to this woman's death. That is an open question. And so you would think that you'd see a story in the New York Times or Rolling Stone with regard to those questions, but other media outlets are covering that. Once again, at the New York Times, the Jonathan Majors story gets a front page treatment. Front page.
And one of those sets when he was at the 30 Rock set was from 2021. It was from 2021.
On February 10, 2024 for a misdemeanor case, but the involuntary manslaughter case of Alec Baldwin does not get a front page. And of course, another thing to sort of compare and contrast here is right after the shooting, you see body cam footage of Alec Baldwin standing. That's him on the right, standing with a hat. And then you see a scene where he's being interrogated, at the police station. And then they tell him that Helena Hutchins is dead. He's emotional. Then he goes out, and this is where the picture was taken. He's outside of the police precinct talking to his wife. The cuffs are not slapped on him immediately, none of all that drama. And of course, with Jonathan Majors, he's arrested because his girlfriend locked him out of his place, and she's laying on the floor in the bathroom. Meanwhile,
Right, play a dead.
lastly, notice that when Jonathan Majors was interviewed on ABC, there was all this criticism, a cavalcade of criticism. Why is he doing it? It's going to hurt his case. The judge is going to be mad. Now, remember that when Alec Baldwin was interviewed by George Stephanopoulos, there was none of that criticism. It was seen as a genius move, and look at this, and he's confident, and he's sad, and he's remorseful.
Again, narrative pushing.
And it's all working, and everything's great. And as the trials go forward and the information comes out, you should see some more investigation by the New York Times and Rolling Stone. It'll be interesting to see if you do or you don't. But right now, there hasn't been any. So it's interesting. Good luck. I'll be back soon.
Thank you so much, Lauren Victoria Burke, for her coverage of this. Now, again, all I'm saying is we've seen how Jonathan Majors has been treated. You see somebody that we can clearly compare. Now, we can clearly compare and contrast the situation with Alec Baldwin and Jonathan Majors, and you see how the way Alec Baldwin is being covered, and you see the way that Jonathan Majors is being covered. He can't even have a good time without Deadline bringing up allegations and other women and all of that, while also ignoring or burying the real story, which is all these wonderful people getting awards on that evening. But what do you guys think? Because I got to really get out of here. But what do you guys think? Make sure if you watch this on a replay, put this in the comment section below. Don't put it in the chat. You know what I mean? Put it in the comment section below. Let me know exactly how you feel about this.
Yo, the sign is real simple, B. It says wrap it up. Wrap that up, B.
All right, got to wrap it up. Again, thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of The Dre Mack Show. Don't forget to come back later on tonight at 7 p.m. Central Time, 8 o'clock Eastern Time for the Blurred AF. We're going to have an excellent show with Mickey G and Blue from Blues House Live. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that bell notification so you can never, ever, ever miss one of my videos again. Until next time, I'll holler at you guys later. Peace and vibe higher, y'all. Y'all have a good rest of your Monday. Where's my outro at? Let's get up out of here. Wait a minute. You're telling me the video's over? What? Okay, I guess so. If you have came to this portion of the video, thank you so very much for sticking to the end. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that little bell notification so you never miss one of my videos. And if you really want to, you don't got to, go ahead and follow the social media links that's down below. Until next time, I'll let you guys later. Peace and vibe higher, y'all. Y'all take care of yourself.